everyone. Hi, my name is Brenda. I'm an educator at Alley Pond Environmental Center. We are located at Alley Pond Park in Queens. It is 655 acres. That's the second largest park in Queens. I hope someday you can come and visit us. Right now, Alley Pond Environmental Center is closed, but hopefully once we all get up and running, you can come visit us there. I'd love for you to see all the animals that we have. Now, today, we're going to take a look at a bearded dragon. Last time we were here, we visited with one of the rabbits, if you remember that. And today, we're going to take a look at Manuel, our bearded dragon. Is he a dragon, though? Do you think he breathes fire? No, he's not a real dragon, of course not. No, but he is a bearded dragon, which is a reptile. He is native to Australia, which is very far away from here, right? It's like half around the world. But we wouldn't find him here at Alley Park because he's not native to us. He would be running around in Australia, though, and you might even find him during the day while you're walking around because he is diurnal. That's a word I wanted to teach you today. Diurnal. That means it's an animal that is awake during the day. Yes. So you might see him if you were in Australia. If you take a look at him, you can see all the different colors on Manuel. What colors do you see? If you look close enough, you can see some yellows, lots of browns. He's very colorful. And that color gives us an indication of where we would find him in Australia. What do you think? Would he live in the water? No, he doesn't swim. Would he live, I don't know, in the desert? Yeah, that's right. I have the comments on, but we're going to take questions at the very end. And if you have a question, please post it. If you do want to answer one of my questions, you can just post it up there as well. Great. But he lives in the deserts. He's the same color as the sand. And that means what? If he matches the color of the environment that he's living in, there's a special word for it. We talked about it the last time. Camouflage, that's right. Camouflage is a big scientific word that just means matching and blending in. So it's easier for him to hide from predators. Predators are animals that want to eat smaller animals. That's right. Now, a lot of people don't like to talk about predators, and they think predators are mean animals. But really, think about it. Are they mean animals? They really just want to eat, they just want to feed their family. So predators are actually just doing what they need to do to survive. And he does have some predators out there in the wild. He does. Now, one of the ways that he protects himself from those predators are these spikes that he has along the side of his body. Wow. Can you see that? They look really sharp. They look like a cactus almost. So I don't think, when I look at him, I don't want to touch him because they look sharp. But when I do touch them, they're actually rather soft. Yeah. But if an animal that is hungry sees those spikes, they're going to say, no, I'm not going to eat that. You wouldn't eat a piece of pizza if it had spikes on it, would you? No, that would hurt your mouth. So the same thing. If he feels or knows a predator is nearby, he'll puff up his body, make those spikes look even bigger, and then that predator will say, I'm going to stay away from that animal. I'm not going near him. So he uses those to protect himself. One of the other ways that he can protect himself is if you look at his eyes. He has one on this side of the head, one on the other side. That helps him see all around him so that if there's a predator coming up, he'll be able to see it, and then he'll scoot away. He's actually very fast when he needs to get away, or if he's trying to eat something that is trying to get away. Yeah. And another thing that's really cool, this is a fun fact, he has a third eye. What? There's one eye, and there's two eyes. Yeah, but he does have a third eye. It's not a real eye, but it's called an eye. It sits here on top of his head. Let me see if you can get any closer and you can maybe see it. It's just a little dot in the middle of his forehead or his head. And that helps him feel lightness and darkness. And that way, if there's an animal that is flying above him or is creeping up next to him trying to get him to eat, well, he'll be able to sense the darkness or the lightness, and then he can run away. That's a pretty impressive trait, right? Yeah. So what do you think he might like to eat? He actually likes to eat some plants and some animals. Yeah, that makes him an omnivore. Omnivore will eat both plants and animals. So he really does like to eat crickets and worms. And he's got a big long tongue that he reaches out to get them. Yeah, he does want to get down. He wants to get around and exercise. And he's pretty fast. He also sees I have his lunch beside me. And I think he wants to eat that up right now. Well, I was talking about the way that he protects himself. One of the other ways that he protects himself is by puffing himself up. I mentioned the spikes, but also he'll puff up this piece of skin underneath, and it looks like he has a beard, which is how he got that name, the bearded dragon. Whoa. It's really big, and it just makes him look fierce and mean, and those predators won't want to be around him. Yeah, so they'll run away. He's pretty smart, this guy. You hear him? He's listening to the birds in the background. Yes. How's he listening? Do you see any ears? No, he doesn't have ears like you and me. If you look at my ears, you can see they're on the outside of my head. And that means I have external ears. He does have ears. You can see he has holes behind his eyes. And those are his ears. They are internal ears. That means they're on the inside, so you can't see them, but you do know that they're there. Yes. He is a large lizard, yes. He can grow up to 2 feet long. They can even live up to 10 years. So he can get pretty big. When he grows, he starts to grow. His scales, which are on the back here, you can see he's covered in scales because he's a reptile. He will grow bigger and bigger and bigger, and those scales and his skin get really tight. And when that happens, what he'll do is he'll crawl out of that skin. That's called molting. He will molt and grow new skin underneath. And it's kind of like, let's say, if you had your favorite shirt and you wear it every day, because I know some of you do, you wear your favorite dinosaur shirt every day. And one day it doesn't fit anymore. It's just too tight. Well, Mama has to help you get that shirt off, and maybe you'll get a new one. Maybe you'll get a shirt that just fits you a little bit better, and it still has a dinosaur on it. It's the same thing for him. His skin gets really tight when he starts to grow. So he has to crawl out and get new skin. Yeah, that's pretty fun, right? If you take a look at his toes, you can see he's got very sharp claws. Very sharp. This indicates that he's a very good climber. Yes, sometimes we like to put him on my shirt and he'll climb up. But right now he's pretty comfortable. I'm going to hold him here, and he balances himself with this long tail. I'm going to keep 2 hands on him because that's the safe way to handle him. I don't want him falling off, right? But he uses his tail, his long tail, for balance. And that way he won't fall. All right. He's so colorful. We're going to try to take a look at him eating his lunch. How about that? Yeah. So for lunch today, I have a small cockroach for him. Now, if this cockroach doesn't run away on us, we'll be good. I'm sure he'll eat it up. It's juicy. I'm going to put him down here so you can see him. There we go. Hi, Manuel. And here is his lunch. I'm going to put it off to the side because remember, his eyes are on the side of his head. Here we go. If I put it underneath him, he's not going to be able to see it. But if I put it off to the side and he sees it moving, he'll go right after it. There you go. Wow, what a special treat that was. Nice. He was very hungry. Oh, you see that long tongue? It's long and sticky. He just reaches it out far and pulls it in. Nice. Now we did talk a lot about his scales over here. You can see them a little bit more in detail. Right? Up here, he actually is going to get ready to molt. You can see that this is a brighter color, and up here it's a little bit faded in color. You can see the two different shades. This is his old skin, and he's starting to grow new skin, and he's going to come out soon. It's going to take a little bit, maybe a week, because he's a pretty big guy. Yeah. Let's take a look at another bearded dragon that we have here. Okay, we're going to say goodbye to Manuel. Bye, Manuel. And we'll get out a different bearded dragon. Looks a little bit different. This is Zelly. Hi, Zelly. Zelly is actually a leatherback hypo red bearded dragon. Now, she's called that because you can see her colors are a little bit different than Manuel was. She has brighter reds and oranges in her scales, which is how she got the hypo red name. She's also a leatherback, which is just a different kind of bearded dragon. If you can see, her scales are very soft, softer than Manuel. They're soft and they're almost like you can see through them, like they're transparent. They're smaller. I really like to look at Zelly. She's very pretty to look at. She's another reptile. Reptiles are cold-blooded, which means their body temperature is going to change when the temperature outside changes. So today, on a very, very hot day like today, she might burrow into the ground. She'll use these long nails, dig a hole into the ground where it's a lot cooler, and she'll stay inside just to be cool for today. Now, if it was a little chillier outside and the sun was shining, she'd be sunbathing on a rock somewhere, trying to get warmer. Yeah, reptiles are a lot of fun that way. They're fun to watch. I'm going to put Zelly down here, see if we have any of your questions that we can answer about the bearded dragons. Oops, she's running away pretty fast. Yeah. How many times a day does he eat? That's a good question. You know, we feed them every day, and we feed them about one time a day. Maybe they'll eat 3-4 crickets, something about this size. Yeah. And it also depends on how big the lizard is. If it's a bigger one like Manuel, he might want to eat more. Yeah. But Zelly, she's kind of small. She is a young bearded dragon. We've had her for about 2 years. She is almost 2 years old. Ooh, how can you tell if it's a boy or a girl? Good question. We can look at her, but she just looks like what she is. It's very hard for us to tell just by looking at her. So sometimes, well, we'll take her to the vet whenever we do get a new animal. We'll have them take a look at it, make sure it's healthy, and tell us what it's going to need to stay healthy. And that's when the vet can look and tell if it is a boy or a girl. Oh, she is not smaller just because she's a female. This one is smaller because she's just younger. She's still a baby. Well, we call her a baby. Why is she smaller? You didn't hear why she was smaller. Well, she is just that type of bearded dragon. There's different species within the bearded dragon. The leatherbacks tend to be a little bit smaller. There you go. Ooh, is it a good house pet? I like to think she's a very good house pet. And she also makes good roommates with turtles. Can you believe that? So if you're looking to get 2 animals, that might be a good one to get together. But she does make a good pet. She's very docile. She likes to just lay around. You can hold her. You can carry her. I actually saw someone at the grocery store with his on his shoulder yesterday. So some people do like to take them around with them. Now, the very interesting thing about her as a pet, if she likes you and she wants to say, hi, I like that you picked me up, I don't mean you any harm, that means she's submissive. And when she's submissive, she goes like this. She'll wave to you. Yeah, I love it. Sometimes I'll come into the animal room and I'll see one or two of the bearded dragons kind of saying hi to me. I like that. Yeah. What are some of their predators? Ooh, good question. Birds of prey. Yes, lots of birds will fly over, and if they're lucky enough to find them, because remember, these guys are great at camouflaging. Yeah, if they see them, that's their big predator. Yes. What is inside his mouth? He has several very small, very sharp teeth. Lots of them. Yes, and they do hurt if you get your finger in there. So try not to put your finger in there. Yeah, that's the big lesson today. She also has a big, long, sticky tongue, and that helps her get all the animals that she needs to eat. Yeah. Wow, friends, it was very nice to meet you today. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you in 2 weeks when we're back for Animals Alive. We'd like to thank Westchester Children's Museum for letting us be part of their Monday Animals Alive program. Thank you. Bye-bye.